Hi guys, good morning. Different location. I'm at Schiphol right now. I had to leave unexpectedly a little bit early because they were sending messages about the huge strike here from the security systems, or the security people, sorry. But it wasn't so bad, so I went through it quite quickly actually, without any waiting list. So I'm here early. I understand that this can be very uneasy for you to listen to this because of so much background noise. So I'm trying to speak as directly into this microphone as I can. Hopefully, prevent other noises to come in. And I'll probably keep it a little bit shorter today because it feels kind of weird to sit here talking to you from this spot. So I want to continue noises. So I want to continue with you on the vision part, and in another Facebook group that I'm actively involved, I noticed the same trend actually. What happens when you create visions, and why people get so stuck in moving towards that vision, or at least so many people have visions, but not so much is happening. And there are a few things that might be in the way. I mean, I'm not talking about the limiting beliefs. That's obvious. That might be in the way. But there are also, if the vision is not really like felt internally, like it's in your cells, like you want to have this in your life. You really want to create this. You want to make this possible. You want to make sure that this vision becomes fully part of your life. If it's not as clear as that, then it's hard to follow through. Because if it's not so aligned to your heart desire, it will be very easy to listen to the mind with all excuses. Because those excuses then will always be more relevant, or at the moment, not to follow through with your vision, because it's not an easy journey. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a longer time to realize something, to change something very. I just want to up like what I'm doing here these days, and I'm already aware of my life, and I'm okay with what I'm doing, and it's good as it is. And it's my experience. It might be in my system. I don't know what it is. It might be part of me. But I haven't met anyone who's on this journey who hasn't want to change something really from a heartfelt desire, eventually. So once you stepped into this journey and you're really committed to this journey of opening up and mastering actually your life, and become powerful in it, then eventually nothing feels right anymore if it's not perfect enough. In the sense, like nothing, you can't hold on to a situation that you would not really feel aligned with. So for now it might be okay. And for now it might be difficult to think about something that is okay, but not fully okay. And for now you might think like, I don't want to change that because I mean, I like my job. It's okay. But eventually I am almost sure that you will be challenged by life to choose something differently, because there will be friction coming up. Friction in your system eventually, like, okay, well, it was okay for many years, but now it's not so okay anymore. And then, so you can ask the question, and so when shall I move? Shall I wait until that friction moment comes? Or can I just listen deeply inside and hear what's there already? And that's a personal choice, of course. And for me, I knew for a long time there was something else to be done. I just couldn't find out how. And I couldn't exactly, well, I knew exactly what, but I couldn't find the how. So this is actually an invitation actually to go back to the first part of 2 days ago, and to really feel into that vision you imagined for yourself, and try to fill in if that's really what is the heartfelt desire, if that's really something you want to change. Because I cannot continue with the next steps if you don't have 100% yes there, because it will probably cost sacrifices, or you probably have to make decisions or choices first and then make a decision. And it's hard to go into that direction if you eventually say, well, that vision is not really worth to change. And then you get into the tricky area of, is it a limiting belief that's coming up? Or is it really not a heartfelt desire? Or is it something I put outside myself and I just simply cannot influence? Like if you want to live at the other end of the world, but you're stuck here because you want to be with your children, or you feel stuck like that because you honestly want to be with your children as well and want to stay there for them, then you can think about the vision of moving to the other side of the world, but it's not likely going to happen soon. So if the vision is that grand for now, if it's very far away, I would like you to make a few sub-visions, like smaller visions that are in the same direction, but a little bit easier to reach. So I would like you to design a vision that is reachable within the next 2 to 3 years maximum, preferably within the next year. But if you're dependent on a few outer circumstances that you don't want to change, I mean, everything can be changed, but that you don't want to change, then you might need a little longer time. But it would help to just vision something which can be reached within the next year, to put a little bit pressure on your actual goal, and also to put pressure on moving forward with it. So this session is particularly for those who haven't been really clear on the vision yet, and it can be really, really a mind trick as well to just dream away to impossible things, and then just end up saying to yourself like, well, I had a vision, but it's just simply impossible. And then you never move. And then that vision is completely useless, in my opinion, because it's just a dream and you're never going to realize. And then that dream costs you energy, because it will always show you the lack of your life today. So what's the point there? To be confronted with the lack of what you're not having today. So I want to get away of all the excuses that can cause, or that can call out any lack beliefs within you, other than just the lack beliefs that we get uncomfortable with trying new things. So, in other words, the vision must be reachable, must be doable, must be, and at the same time, it must make a huge difference to your life. It must really make you happy, thriving, excited, energized, proud of yourself, and most of all, if you know, with realizing that vision, you will make so many people happy, or be able to move forward, or to help them in their situation. It can also be at work. It doesn't have to be like setting up a new company. But if you leave something out and you're not sharing that with people around you, like if you have a good quality you cannot use in your current job today, and then the people around you miss that quality of you. And for most, you miss sharing it. And secondly, no one is benefiting. And if someone else is benefiting from your qualities, the energy starts flowing and you will get something else in return. So we need this flow. We need this activation of the flow of energy, of going into positive movement. Make sure that synchronicities show up in life. And that shows up mostly when you are in tune with yourself and aligned with yourself and aligned with your mission and in alignment with, with even the question why you're here. And if you don't believe in the question why you're here, it's not necessary, but it helps a lot if you find a reason why this life is purposeful for you, because then it becomes meaningful. So if there's no purpose to life, then just you go through the motions and you slowly will turn old and then you die eventually. And that's okay. And it's actually the case for many people. But I simply cannot imagine if that's still the case once you wake. Or once you woke, as the popular rap artist, what's his name? Prince A says. It's a fun one to watch. So I'll keep it a bit short today. Not because it's less important what I'm sharing today, but I don't have to repeat what I said 2 days ago. So I just want to make sure that you don't dream too far away. Just make the dream a little bit smaller or more practical or more realizable. Is that English? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Something that you really can manifest in this life. I was even wanting to talk about destiny. Whether you feel you have a destiny in this life. It's slightly different from purpose. But I think I will do that some other time. It feels like I need a bit more quiet space to go into that one. So, the one thing I just want to add is that creating your vision, manifesting your vision, realizing what you actually want to integrate in your life, to see changed. That's really the only way to take power over your life, and not to leave it with others, and not to leave it not that you are like depending on what others decide for you, because that feeling of powerless is a very draining feeling. And that immediately gets you into the victim role unconsciously. So to feel empowered, you have to act empowered. So you have to take control, otherwise you never feel empowered. And it can be within the constraints of circumstances, of course. And if that's what you like to hold on to, then that's fine, but still feel empowered within those constraints, within those limits. And try to be very honest with yourself, where you still give the power away to others and where you can actually take that power back. Even if it's only within your mind, taking the power back. Not to feel a victim anymore, and to know you're consciously sitting in that situation is already a step forward. But moving towards a real heartfelt desire, like your new vision, then you really need power. You need to feel empowered to make choices, even if they're difficult ones. But once you've made a difficult choice, it opens up freedom. And even if it feels like you have to make choices at the cost of others, you already make assumptions there. You never know if it's really at the cost of others or whether you assume it's at the cost of others. And secondly, you cannot be responsible for everyone around you. So that's a fake feeling of responsibility. You're only responsible for yourself, and so is everyone else around you. And life happens as it happens sometimes for others. And then they can step into their power and create their visions so they can create their life. But if we all keep each other stuck in the same constraints and in the same limiting boundaries, then no one is moving. So yeah, try to work with this one, and give me some feedback if you have a question on this topic of vision. Because the next step will be kind of integrating and making stepping stones towards realizing this vision, and see where it's already actually happening in your life. That's the session for tomorrow. And how you can create more of what's already happening in your life, which is really in alignment, but you're not aware of. Anyway, that's for tomorrow. Okay, so I'll leave you here. I'm going to catch my flight. And I'll see you tomorrow from the other side of the world. Okay, ciao.